What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review this album that's definitely gonna make my best of September 2016 hip hop albums and best of the third quarter of 2016 and the best of sorry about that 2016 hip hop in general. One of the best albums I've heard this year and in the past 3 or 4 years, to be honest with you. Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown. I'm gonna go ahead and get through these track for track summarizations of this review, and then I'm going to talk about every note that I have about this album, because this album is unique, like Danny Brown himself. Track number 1, Downward Spiral. Oh yeah, by the way, this album is like 46 minutes long, 15 tracks. Downward Spiral. I love the experimentation on this song, and I'd be lying if I said there's only experimentation on this song. Danny's voice is growing on me thanks to a song like this. I was never like a big listener to Danny Brown. I'd never heard too much from him before this album, but I went back because of this album and checked out his 3 previous projects, and they all have at least an 80 out of 100. This is his 4th album, I think, or it's his 4th at least project, and no, 4th album. And well, what can I say? Once again, he has at least an album that has an 8 out of 10. Cause in 4 albums with at least an 8 out of 10, he's gonna go down as a legend in hip hop. Now, track number 2, Tell Me What I Don't Know. This is Danny talking about being ambitious as a little nigga in the hood with his friends back in the day, and judging off this song, and like I said, this album, he's still a very ambitious, well, now he's just a very ambitious musician. It's a song about shit just going wrong in the hood and getting locked up, thrown right in the back of the car with all your boys. Track number 3. The only song on here that I can do without is Rolling Stone featuring Petite Noir or Noir. Danny is living life well like a Rolling Stone. That's all I can say about this track. Track number 4. Really Though featuring Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, and Earl Sweatshirt. My goodness. This is on some different keyish, like the keys infused with boom bap MC cypher type shit. This reminds me of some Control / One Train, just better. And I love the scratches that are infused into the chorus on here. And if this is what Ab-Soul sounds like, this is his flow, I need to get into him. I'm already with TDE, like Kendrick, of course. Schoolboy, I like Schoolboy. J-Rock is one of my more favorite artists, not just from TDE, but just rap in general. If this is what Ab-Soul sounds like, I'm checking out his next project. Which, well, I was going to anyway. But I need to get in him more if this is what he sounds like. Kendrick going on in the 3rd beat was just perfect. But I think Ab-Soul stole the show right here. And Earl, this nigga Earl, said he broke up with his girl because they didn't argue enough. Goodness. Track number 5, Lost. I love the swing / jazz infusion, especially on the whole beat. It sounds like some swing is infused, but I can't tell if that's a vocal or if that's just a different sounding sequence. Track number 6, Ain't It Funny. One of my favorite tracks on here without question. But actually, no, it might be my favorite. That and From the Ground. This thing made me go like, yo, I mean, all I could do was move to this. It's very ambient, semi-distorted noise, and what can I say? Funny how shit works. Because this album is just, like I said, I have to wait to the end of the review to talk about these notes that I have written down, and they're all over the place, like this album, and that's one of the notes that I wrote down. Track number 7, Gold Dust. This is Danny really letting his drug demons out on this track. He does that on a few tracks on here, and there's a lot of talk about drugs, but this is one of the songs where he's really letting the demons about his addiction and things like that, and what it's done to his family out. Next track, actually, track number 8, White Lines. This is on some cartoony shit, which goes perfectly with Danny's voice, and this is some coke gone wrong type of shit. Like, this could have been titled Downward Spiral too, because shit was just going wrong. Danny thought he was gonna die. He thought his time was up. He just was just letting it all loose right here. Track number 9, Pneumonia. I really had to sit with this song. Not this album. I was hooked on this album first listen, but this song in particular on here, I had to keep listening to it. I had to sit and go on with it to really appreciate it. And so I started to like it more as the song progressed after the first few listens. Track number 10, Dance in the Water. This is some head shaking, knee slapping, freaking finger snapping, and foot tapping dance instruction type of shit. I mean, dance in the water without getting wet. It's like, I feel like this is one of those dance instructions. Like, what's that song? Clap your hands. Clap your hands. How's that shit go? To the left. Bring it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. That, some shit like that. It reminds me of this. I mean, god damn. Track number 11, From the Ground, featuring Kalela. This is beautiful vocals from Kalela. I mean, really beautiful vocals and beautiful instrumental. It's just talking about getting it from the ground up. It's very inspiring shit. It's actually a darker tone on this song right here, and I really mess with it. I really mess with that. Track number 12, When It Rained. This is one of the slower songs for me as far as how much I'm feeling it, but I still like the track. This is very weird, eerie background vocals, which makes the song sound a little better if you ask me. In the second verse, the vocals are flames to death. My God, did he sound like he was underwater at the beginning of that second verse. I was like, shit. Track number 13, the freaking shake, 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 cha, 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 and alienated, but spacey, alien, distorted vocals with some sequences and shit. Makes this track very unique. It's a song about just being on the lookout for niggas because they will just, your own kind especially, the fuck you over. Talking about keep your peace on you. Track number 14, Get High, featuring Be Real. This is on some keyish, synthy, slight sequences, and there's this sequences that sound like some 70s tunes vocals, like it's infused into this beat, and makes it sound really fucking good. This is one of my top 3 favorite tracks on here. And what can I say? Danny's just basically telling you to get high because it will take the pain away. Your worries will be gone. It'll still be a problem, but for that slight, for the time being, you'll feel better, and it'll be like they are out of the way. And the last track on here, Hell For It. Danny is saying he's gone through hell to get to where he's at now, and he vividly paints a picture of him coming up, and how he talks about how he'll go through hell to keep it, and he's gonna put the people who doubted him through hell for doubting him in the first place. And I'm gonna go ahead and give the rating and grade now. I'm feeling an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10 on this project. A B, because this thing is just, oh my goodness. I have notes on like 3 pages, and not like in like every line is filled in, not like that, but still, I have lines on at least 3 pages on here because it's so all over the place. This album is all over the place. I was all over the place writing this. I mean, I've never been so busy and so inspired at the same time listening to an album that I'm going to review. I mean, I was writing down so much, listening, trying to make sure I hear everything that's going on, the sound and the delivery of the lyrics. I mean, My goodness, man, this thing is just druggy. Like I said, I had to go back to his first 3 albums to see what the ratings were, to see why people like Danny Brown so much. I've been waiting on Danny Brown for a minute. Like guys like him, Chance the Rapper, Mick Jenkins, Isaiah Rashad. I think I said Vic Mensa, but guys like him, Danny Brown, Vic Mensa, Isaiah Rashad, Chance, and a few other guys as well. I've been waiting for these guys to drop already because I've been hearing about them for the past 2.5, maybe even 3 years, and I hadn't checked out the project yet. So I was hoping to be able to hear some projects, and what do you know? They all dropped in the same year. I believe they all dropped in the same year, and I see why people love Danny Brown so much. Isaiah Rashad, I see why people fuck with him. Vic Mensa, I'm like, yeah. Chance, I see why. And a few other guys, I see why. But Danny especially, I've been waiting for guys like Danny to drop already. Out of all those guys I just mentioned and a few others that I know I'm leaving out, he's the best one. As a producer and as, I won't say as a rapper, like, he has very good vocal delivery. Maybe not the best vocals to listen to, but it'll grow on you if you keep listening to it. But my goodness, just throw in Paul White, who did the Open Mic Eagles, or collab with Open Mic Eagle Hella Personal Film Festival, one of my top 3 favorite projects this year. To have him on here, I was like, damn, I know I'm gonna enjoy this project, and I did. Like I said, 8 to an 8.5 out of 10, a B grade. He's just another great rapper from Detroit. You got Ugly Heroes, they're from Detroit, I believe. Verbal Kent, yeah, they are. Verbal Kent and Red Pill, they're from Detroit. Novelist and his group, they're from Detroit. And Eminem, Royce da 5'9", just a lot of great shit coming out of Detroit, producers and rappers, DJs. And what else? So many other freaking notes that I wrote down. This album is very ambitious. It reminds me of Aquemini as far as the hunger. Yes, Aquemini, the Outkast album, one of the top 15 greatest hip hop albums of all time, one of the 500 greatest just albums of all time. It reminds me of that, on how ambitious and how much it just wants to win. And the replay value is so there, and it inspires me to produce, because this sound is the sound that I'm going for. The sound I'm going for right now that I'm trying to make something that sounds like this, be it different, experimental like this. And it makes me think, hold up, 2016 may just be better than 2015 for hip hop when you got something like this dropping. My goodness, what else do I have written down? Like I said, I'm glad niggas like Danny Brown finally dropped. And yes, I'm all over the place, but this album's all over the place, but this album's a little more organized than what I am with these freaking notes. I mean, shit. But like I said, bringing Paul White was great. To have Kendrick featured was great, and Ab and Earl. It's like, goddamn. What else do I have on there? Oh, Danny just, like I said, Danny made the album that I'm trying to produce. The instrumental project that I want to produce, he just freaking released it. So I have to try something different. I have to make something that sounds different than this, because I like this sound. I like that different. I'm going for a lo-fi sound like Earl Sweatshirt. I don't like shit, I don't go outside. But something like this is what I'm going for as well, and it inspires me to make something that sounds like or better than this, if possible. What else do I have? I got a few more things to say. Oh yeah, stingy with the features, which I like. And the songs had to be short. A good amount of them, though. A good amount of these songs were short, and they had to be. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if the vocals had stopped and the beat drug out, because these are some great beats. But some of the songs had to be short, because you can't hold people's attention for too long, especially if they're just the average listener. They might not appreciate an album like this. So these songs had to be short, because you don't want it to be too long, and you don't want the album to be too long. 15 tracks, but it's only 46 minutes. So it's not that long of an album, just a lot of songs that are short. And I like that too, but I also like 10, 11 track albums that like 30, 35 minutes. Let's see. Like I said, I wouldn't mind if the instrumentals had been drug out. And This album proves that you can rap about anything, especially an interesting topic about overcoming drug addiction, but make it sound good and unique, not generic and basic and bad. Experiment, but make it sound good, like Outkast. Danny experimented, and it sounded good. Other guys, they try to experiment, and I appreciate that, but I still want it to sound good. This is what I want. And like I said, my notes are like this album, all over the place. Except this album's better than my notes. I mean, shit. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, I had a lot to say. This album is just, I need to buy this. The physical copies released September 30th. That was Friday. And it was Friday, right? Let me see. Yes, that was. Goodness, what the hell is going on here? I believe that was Friday. Anyway, 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. And it was Friday, a B grade. If you've heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. Also, be sure to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, get at me on Twitter, Facebook, AudioMac, SoundCloud, Instagram, and hit up my email for business or anything. What I mean by hit up my email for business is if you need your music chopped and screwed, reviewed, if you need beats made, or you want to be featured on one of my upcoming DJ mixtapes, the email is DynamicJAB@gmail.com. And if it's easy for you to leave a comment on this video, leave a comment on this video. Go ahead. Like I said, and also let me know what you think about my review and this album. And also be sure to get me on social media if it's easy for you to get me on social media. Like I said, Twitter, Facebook, it's all in the description below as well. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get a glass of water because my voice is just fucking going. And I'll see y'all next time. Oh yeah, and if you haven't heard this project, listen to this project. Especially if you like the abstract, experimental, nerdy, noise, alternative music, especially when it's R&B, hip hop. And if you have heard this project, listen to it again because I'm about to. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.